C8 Pate, back at you with another video. And in today's video, we are at the garage and we are checking out the bikes. We in lovely Chicago. It's about 40 degrees today, 38, 40 degrees, and we just looking at the bikes and getting them started, testing them out. Gonna cut them off here for a second. We just checking them out, testing them on out, recharging the batteries, doing all that good stuff on the bikes, man. Y'all know how that go. Having some fun, and having more fun, man. Let's talk about this lovely Ryker right here. We are talking about, I've had it since 2019, mid 2019. We're going to talk about it. So coming up next year, I think late February or whatever it is, or March, I would have had this bike 5 years, right? So just getting into it, like most of you guys, you know, that's a good scope, right? That's a good length of time to know if the bike's any good, if the bike's decent, what issues have I had with it. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about this lovely, beautiful beast right here, the Spider-Man that is soon to get redone soon. Right, we're gonna redo this one. Yes, sir. So again, we got this in 2019. So since 2019, if we check it out, we're gonna check out how many miles are on it. There you go. 18,244 miles. We put 18,000 miles on this thing since 2019. That's what's up. Get in the comment section right now. Let me know how many miles you have on yours and how long you've had it. So with these 2019s, I mean, I feel like this thing's been very sturdy for me. When I first purchased it in 2019, you wouldn't believe that this bike out the door, all I got on it was the regular windshield, BRP windshield, the side bag. This was a 900 Ace. This was not a rally. So I think I got the back seat, the side bag, the max mount, and a windshield, and maybe like one other option. Now thinking back on it, or if I would have known what I know now, I wouldn't have purchased anything from the dealer. I would have just got all my accessories online, so on and so forth. So with that being said, the bike, without all the other stuff on it, I think it cost me like $8,600. These things are going for much more than that now. So in 2019, this bike cost me $8,600. Once I got all the accessories and everything on, I think they gave me 20% off on the accessories or something. I might have been out the door for, I don't know, $9,400, $9,500 or something. But again, the bike really only cost me $8,600. Since in that time, I've learned so much about the bike, right? So number one, I've learned, watch it, right? with putting lights and all the other crap that I put on this bike. So that's one thing that I definitely learned about it. Another thing that I learned is, you know, the just regular maintenance stuff, the oil change, making sure I get that done every 6,000 miles. Some people will tell you every 5,000 miles. I get mine done every 6,000 miles, and usually I'm just fine. The CVT belt, that was costly, right? So you gotta open up this whole clamshell, open up the back of the bike, remove a bunch of stuff. You open that up and you get the CVT belt done. CVT belt goes for about $250, and then you have to get it done. The dealers charge about $750 to $1,000 extra on top of the belt, buying the belt to get it done. While you're in there, you might as well do the spark plugs, change those spark plugs out and get those nice and all tightened. You know what I'm saying? So that's every 10,000 miles or every 2 years. Again, the oil changes every 5 to 6,000 miles. I say 6,000. Tires. These are my second set of tires for this. I think, in my opinion, it just depends on how many burnouts you do, is how fast those tires are going to go. That back tire can go very quick if you just keep doing burnouts over and over and over again. So this is my second set. The tires total, I think, for front and back, I think the tires are only like maybe 250, somewhere in there, less than 300 bucks for all 3 tires. So that's not a bad deal. You know, I always add rims to whatever I get. I'm normally going to add rims to it. Brakes, I have not, since 2019, I have not put on any brakes or rotors yet. Now, one of the things is I never even use my brakes on this bike. To really be honest with you, like, as crazy as that sounds, once you let off that throttle, the bike goes from 0 to from 60 to 0, wherever you're at. It goes there very fast. So with that being said, I don't burn out brakes like that. Now, I know some of you guys, me and the guys, we see you guys at the shop, you actually get your brake shot, you know, switched out or whatever, and the brakes still have 80% life, but you guys are thinking that you need brakes because the bike keeps squeaking. The brakes keep squeaking. A lot of times the bike just needs to be broken in, or you need to get the dust out of there or whatever. In the first season that I had the bike in 2019, it squeaked everywhere I went. My bike squeaked. My brakes just constantly squeak. Now they never ever squeak, but I know it's time to change them. My rotors are good, but I know my brakes, I know it's time to change them. It's going to be coming up on 5 years in a couple of months. I need to change those brakes out and be good to go. So I could tell they're not squeaking. It's not all the way to the floor, but it's kind of there. I need to change those brakes out. So on brakes, people say, well, Byron, when you change the brakes out, I'm like, well, you should be able to feel them. If when you're stopping and they don't feel like they're stopping, or like, you know, obviously they're squeaking or something, this is a little different from a car, you got to kind of feel it out and know when it's time to change those out. Now, some people will tell you when you change the brakes out, change the rotors out as well. I'm just going to change the brakes out and just see how it goes, because again, I've done a lot of upkeep on this bike, and the bike is, you know, been pretty decent. Filters, you got a filter right here and you got a filter on the other side. Those things get dirty as heck, right? So with that being said, when they get dirty, I do like to switch them out. I switched them out for those canam filters, so I'm good. So those are lifetime filters, and I just have to have the oil and clean them or whatever on both sides, and I'm good to go. They're about, I think they're like 70 bucks to get shipped to you each filter. So I have those instead of the regular factory filters, because the regular factory filters, those things are like 40, 50 bucks each. And I think you're supposed to change those out at least once a season. The only other real issues I probably had is the fuel pump. When you hear that little humming sound, that means that the fuel pump needs to be changed out. That's probably about $450 for the actual fuel pump. Then you have to put it in. What else? The brake switch. So when you step on the brakes would just stay on all the time. So that's the switch that's getting stuck. So you can try to put some oil behind up in that brake switch, or a lot of times you just have to switch it out. The part's only 40 bucks. And then of course you got to pay to get it put on. So I've had that issue. And then the brake fluid is like right there. And it'll show you right up on the cluster, it'll say brake fluid low, and you just have to add some brake fluid in there or whatever. That's not a big deal. So again, I feel like this is an easy to maintain bike, as long as you know, stay up on your oil changes. Some of us just ride it so hard to where we just screw the bike up overall. My battery, I tell people to try to switch the battery out, you know, if possible, once every 3 years. It just depends on how you take care of it, how often you put it on a trickle charge, so on and so forth. So this is my third battery, right? So my first battery, that went pretty quick, adding the accessories and crap like that first season or whatever. Then I added the Mobat battery from slingmod. That was a good battery. It had 4 posts to it. But now I got that lithium battery on here, and that lithium battery, that thing's bomb, because even when your bike is dead, you can just hit the button on it and it'll start right up for you. So I'm also going to probably add it to my Spider. So anybody got a hookup discount on those lithium batteries, let me know. Or if you got one that you want to get purchased. But yeah, I'm definitely probably going to add that lithium battery to my Spider, because I've tried it on the Ryker and it's worked fantastic so far. It has all the lights bright. It doesn't go dead and all that other stuff or whatever. It's an awesome battery so far. So I'm probably going to stay with the lithium brand, stay with that type of battery overall. Get in the comment section and let me know what issues have you had on your bike. If you've also had your bike from 2019, 2020, what issues have you had on with your bike? How has it broken down? I've heard other people that they got 2021s and they're telling me about all this stuff that's went bad with the bike and this and that. Again, I don't know if those are just lemons or if the person just trashed their bike out, just doing whatever they're doing. This bike, I have done my best to take care of it. I like it a lot. As you can see, you know, this is like my specific design that I've added to it. You know, that C8 paint brand, that little swag, that little, you know what I'm saying? You dig to it. Good looking bike. I love it. I don't care if you don't like it, like it. At the end of the day, I'm the person that needs to like the bike since it's mine. Get in the comment section right now and let me know any questions you have about maintenance that you want me to do a video on, any questions that you have about anything concerning these bikes. I pretty much know the ins and out about the whole darn bike. Again, it's what you make of it, man. It's how you take care of it. I know some people there, they got every panel's cracked and busted and the rims are got all types of curb rash and this and that. Man, I do like to ride. I am a spirited rider, but I also like to take care of the bike. Shout out to my team, man, at Showchrome, as always. We got them heated hand grips, man. Heated hand grips, y'all. Lifesaver on a day that's 40 degrees and you want to ride a little bit. Showchrome and those heated hand grips, I cannot speak about them enough. Those heated hand grips are a lifesaver. Get in that comments. Get in my comments and blow it up. Hit that subscribe button for me right now. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please get subscribed to the channel. Until next time, my friends, C8 Pate out.